Greetings once again, sports to the bone people. Welcome back to another video. Thank you all for checking this one out. Hope you guys are doing okay. Hope you're all enjoying your day so far. And in this one, we're going to be talking some cricket. So we see where the sports minister over there in Jamaica, Olivia Babsy Grange, she put out a reply to information that has been going around. She came out and she's letting us know exactly why it is that they didn't bid to host one or two games in the upcoming T20 World Cup. And according to Babsy, they are still contemplating bidding even though the deadline has passed. So we're gonna dive into what she had to say, and then I am going to share some of my personal views, right? Just give a listening ear until the end. Remember, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Also leave a like on the video. So I am taking this one from the Gleaner, and the headline says, Minister of Sport Olivia Grange says the government is still considering a bid to host matches in the ICC Men's T20 World Cup in 2024. There has been concern, right? They said there has been concern Jamaica would not feature in the region's hosting of the games following reports that Jamaica is not among 7 nations from the Caribbean that have submitted hosting bids. It says, in a media release on Wednesday, Grange said, while the government sees the benefit of hosting T20 World Cup games, it has to match that against the tremendous cost involved. Right? It has to match that against the tremendous cost involved. She said, it's estimated to cost more than 450 million to bid and to host a few games, including infrastructure upgrades to match and practice venues. Grange said discussions are continuing with the Jamaica Cricket Association, which is in dialogue with Cricket West Indies, other stakeholders and potential partners on the way forward, considering the huge cost involved. So the cost is the problem, right? And it has always been a problem why we don't get games in Jamaica. Because what the government needs to chip in, they are not chipping in. They are not putting anything in. They are not looking at the revenues that they're going to bring in and say, listen, boy, tourists going to come in, you know, all of them things, we get some highlight on the country, get to put something positive on the country. Because these same quote-unquote leaders are the ones that are running the country to a wreck. They are the same ones that are at the helm while Jamaica is one of the most murderous countries in the world. And when an opportunity comes up to let the people enjoy themselves and to put the country in a good light, they're talking about money. Right? Grange is saying that they are continuing discussions and they are still considering to put in bids. Now, yesterday in my video, I would have indicated to you guys, I would have told you guys that ICC is planning to announce the host countries by the end of this month. Don't know if they're going to stick to that, but by the end of this month, they are hoping to announce. And these people that always putting up smoke and mirrors to fool the Jamaican people, going come and say, after they point out all of the problems why they can't host, they're going to say that they're still contemplating it and thinking about it. They are worried about paying the money. Right? I know this part is not sports related, right? But we're just going to hitch this in there to show you that these people that when they want to manipulate money, they do it how they want. These are the same people that in 2020, when the Big C was going on, they came up with a whole lot of sanctions. If you're driving outside of curfew hours, 30,000, 40,000. If you're keeping a party, 100,000, 200,000, if you're doing all of that without permit. At one point in time, we heard where they would have raised over 150 million Jamaican dollars. And that's when I stopped checking. That's the last time I heard. All of this money that they collected wasn't earmarked for anything. Right? It wasn't earmarked for anything. And we're talking about people that were breaking curfew that they put out, people that were keeping parties that they shouldn't be keeping, people that were not wearing masks, and things, just sanctions that they put on the people and raise up much money. At one point in time throughout 2020 into 2021, we heard they had accumulated over 150 million, and this was not money that was earmarked for anything. And we haven't heard anything else about that money. Right? And I remember in 2020 when we had some students studying overseas. I don't remember how much US it cost. Don't remember if it would have been 2 million or whatever US it cost to get some Jamaicans that were studying overseas flown back home. The money that was not earmarked for anything. They didn't even say, make we use that money to do that. So it doesn't even make sense for me to think that all of that money plus other money can go towards helping to sort out the infrastructure to host the Cricket World Cup. Because you're going to hear that, did they? They don't know what we're talking about. That is how they are. That is how they are. And I am happy that people outside of Jamaica are actually seeing how disgusting these people are. Can you imagine something like a World Cup? Something like a World Cup, you're going to say that you can, it's not Jamaica alone, it's a West Indies thing, so you can approach sponsors. There are teams that are going to be traveling from all over the world to come and play in the Caribbean to play in Jamaica. It's not like you're trying to sell out the stadium because Jamaica playing. That's not the case. Yet still these people come and, you see, that is why I can't understand when people follow these people, Because we don't see how things going already, and them don't tell you how much money it costs, and we see them no plan to do this. And then they're going to say, but don't worry, we are still thinking about it. Like they believe say ICC going pause everything to wait on them. Can you imagine? I tell you, this example that I just used with them raising, accumulating more than 150 million, whole heap of money throughout the pandemic by taxing the people. There are several examples that can be that we can put together, right? And we don't hear nothing about them money. We don't hear nothing. And when people are in dire need, not even the sports, dire need, those monies that were not earmarked for anything, them not take them up and try to help do nothing. But something like a global event, like a Cricket World Cup, you're not convincing people to support, You're not convincing people to invest their money because Jamaica going play and you want them to fill out the stadium to watch Jamaica. We're talking about the best cricketers from over the world potentially will be in the Caribbean. Well, going to be in the Caribbean and we could potentially host 2 games. Even if we recoup half of the money that's spent, the infrastructure would be there, then we would have a solid argument to host future games. Can you imagine? And these people talking about dialogue is continuing with the Jamaica Cricket Association, and you can see that they did not reach out to them any at all until the JCA had to say, listen, this is where we're at. We did our part, and we don't know what we're going. These people come out and come try do PR. Do PR now. Them need to stop the foolishness, man. Them need to stop it. You see how quick them can identify how much money to go and cost to do this and how much money going cost to do that. But when them collect money illegally from people, you don't hear which party go. You don't hear nothing about it. I tell you, my viewers and subscribers, these are the reasons that I don't touch anything political where Jamaica is concerned, And I am assuming it happens in other countries, but I this me born and I this me grow and I this me live and see. So I can only talk about that. Can you imagine? Them sick my stomach, man. Look how long we hear say things going on and them not come out and them not say nothing. They don't come out and say anything. And say, boy, we have been working and trying to get sponsors on board to help us to raise a certain amount of money to invest. We don't know, nobody knows anything. Nobody knows anything. If people didn't reach out to JCA, Jamaica Cricket Association, and say, listen, what is happening? And them give us some information and say them do for them part, we wouldn't hear anything. It and just blow over. And then you're nothing about it. That is how them operate. Them sickening, man. Can you imagine? Anyways, we're going to leave it right there so you know my viewers and subscribers. And until we go and preach on it. Big up on yourself and stay safe. But that's what the Sports Minister Oliver Babsy Granger said. It's going to cost too much money to host a few games. She used the word a few games. It's going to cost too much money to host a few games. And they're not talking about all of the money where them collect up and whenever earmark for anything. And we don't hear nothing more about them money there. Anyway, big up on yourself and walk good.